Friends, the time has come for Marissa to do another 3-day water fast. I'm really excited, probably more excited than I should be because I'm probably gonna be miserable in like 2 days, but it's fine. Before you freak out or go, oh my God, why is this girl doing this? This sounds insane. I will cover the science and the benefits of this in a bit. It's actually fascinating, but I'm really excited about this. It's been a very long time since I've done a 3-day water fast. I've actually done this, I think 4 times in the past, and I've always wanted to fast again, but since the last time I fasted, I've just never felt like I was in a good place to do a fast like this. Basically, I think I was actually planning on doing another fast, but that's when I started going through topical steroid withdrawal, which was a huge stressor on the body, and I could tell that stress was contributing to flares, and so I didn't want to throw in a 3-day fast because that can be a stressor on the body. And then basically, right as my skin was healing, I came off of hormonal birth control, and so I didn't want to throw in a 3-day fast like anywhere close to coming off of hormonal birth control because your hormones are just so out of whack after being on it that I wanted to like make sure that my hormones were like super stable, super healthy. And then for a while I was focusing on losing fat that I had gained while going through topical steroid withdrawal. And I didn't want to do a fast while trying to lose weight because I feel like that's just a slippery slope. Like I have a very good relationship with my body, relationship with food, but I feel like if your goal is weight loss and you throw in a fast, like that could just spiral. Also, you barely lose any fat during a 3-day fast anyway. It's like all water weight. So I think it just would have like potentially gotten in my head and I didn't want to risk that. Then after that, I was reverse dieting and I probably could have thrown in a 3-day fast while reverse dieting because you are incredibly anabolic when you start refeeding after a fast. But I wanted to follow my own protocol because I was about to release Reverse Dieting 101, and so I wanted to make sure that like the protocol that I was putting out there was going to work, and so I was just following like my own protocol. So I didn't want to throw that in there. So now here we are years later, and I feel like I'm in a very healthy, stable place. I feel like my body's very resilient to stress right now. And I'm just kind of at the point in my fitness journey where I've accomplished my aesthetic goals and I want to get back to like really focusing on health, maybe testing different diets, testing different ways of movement, kind of just trying to optimize what I'm doing for my body and employ these little biohacks, I guess you could say, to boost health. So I also want to start like cold plunging regularly and love to get a sauna, but fasting is just kind of like in that camp of things that is just like extra that has the potential to boost your health. And y'all know me,
I'm very extra when it comes to my health.
But before we get farther into this video, I need to give a huge disclaimer, okay? Like,
listen to me.
I want to make this very clear from the beginning. I am not recommending a 3-day fast to everyone who watches this video. Even though it does have a ton of potential health benefits that I am going to talk about, this doesn't mean that it is going to be healthy and beneficial for everyone. In fact, for a lot of people, it can cause a lot more harm than good. The way I see it, extended water fasts like this are an advanced tool in the health toolkit. So if you're still working on like eating more veggies and more protein, keep focusing on that. Maybe don't throw in a 3-day water fast unless you're like working with a practitioner on something specific and they recommend it and they can guide you through it. Also, very important, this is not for weight loss. The weight that you lose in a 3-day fast is water weight. So yes, my weight will probably drop quite a bit, but it's gonna come right back up as soon as I start eating again. If you are watching this video thinking you're gonna do this to try to lose some fat, I need you to stop, take a step back, reevaluate where you are with your relationship with your body and with food, and probably just like stop watching this video right now, because fasting for weight loss is literally just starving yourself. Even if you're just like prone to disordered thoughts around food or your body, I highly recommend not doing this. Don't do it. And if you think this video itself might be triggering for you, like stop. I won't be offended. You can click away from this video, watch a different one of my videos. I have plenty that are not about fasting. And even if you do have a good relationship with your body and with food, I'm still not like recommending this to other people. I'm just presenting this as a tool that can be added to your health toolkit when appropriate. You do not have to do this to be healthy. Are we good on that? Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's talk about the health benefits of fasting and why I am doing this seemingly crazy thing. So big picture thing is that when you're not consuming any nutrients for an extended period of time, your body has to derive energy from somewhere else other than food, and it derives it from two places. One is your stored body fat. The other is old damaged cells. So the body basically finds cells that are damaged, malfunctioning, etc., and starts breaking them down through a process called autophagy. Y'all, I am a nerd for autophagy. It's like my favorite thing because it has so many benefits. There's a wide body of research to show all the various benefits of autophagy. So literally a quick Google of like autophagy benefits, you'll find a ton of research to back it up. If you do want to look at the studies, I'll also link a bunch of stuff down in the description box below if you want to read more and actually like read the science. But I just want to quickly break down some of the biggest science-backed benefits of activating the autophagy process in your body. One of the things that is most exciting to me is it helps remove toxic proteins from cells that are associated with neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. You guys know I love brain health, and so that as a benefit is just huge. It recycles residual proteins. It helps provide energy for cells that are in need of repair. So on a larger scale, it prompts regeneration of healthy cells. Over time, junk can kind of accumulate in cells, which can contribute to errors in a cell's DNA replication process, which can contribute to like genetic mutations and cancer, a whole host of things. And autophagy helps clear out this junk and get rid of the cells that have been affected by this. So it can kind of destroy pathogens in cells that can damage the cell, like viruses and bacteria. And since it helps destroy malfunctioning cells, it may be powerfully anti-cancer. And one of the systems of the body that is affected most by autophagy is the immune system. Studies show that a 3-day water fast can essentially almost entirely regenerate your immune system. It also has a lot of gut benefits like reducing inflammation in the gut and really kind of protecting your healthy gut bacteria to help them thrive. So basically as a whole, it can undo a lot of cellular damage and use the energy derived from that to do a lot of cellular repair. So you're basically just kind of like regenerating your body, which is really freaking cool. So I am personally embarking on this 3-day water fast to promote autophagy because it's really cool. It does a lot of amazing things and it just overall promotes health. And as you guys know, health is like my #1 value in life. So anything that I can do to promote health, I want to do. So just to reiterate what I said earlier, I am not doing this for weight loss. I am doing this for health. And I'm really excited to be in a place where I feel like I can do this again with full confidence, like in my body and what I'm trying to accomplish.
The next day.
Good morning. I now have my coffee ready to go. First thing I'm consuming today on my last day of consuming things before my fast. And I wanted to start my fasting day with coffee because studies show that coffee can actually like switch on autophagy. And since I'm fasting for autophagy, I figured it can't hurt to have a little boost early on in a fast that can kind of help that process along. Alrighty, I am about to indulge in my final meal. I need a fork. My final meal before I start my fast. On this plate, I have 2 pasture-raised organic eggs. They're loaded with high-quality vitamins and minerals, also healthy fat and protein, which is going to keep me satiated for longer. I also have a 1/4 of an avocado, which is very nutrient-rich, high in magnesium, which is an electrolyte, also just high in healthy fats, again, to keep me full and satiated. And then I have about 4 ounces of ground beef that also has heart and liver mixed in. Went ahead and steamed a little bit of broccoli that I had in my fridge, just again to get some more nutrients in, get a little bit of fiber. Then I have sauerkraut, which since it's fermented is a very good probiotic. Then I drizzled all of this in extra virgin olive oil, which is just a very healthy fat, very good for your brain. And then I also have a little cup of coconut yogurt, again full of healthy fats, full of probiotics, topped with raspberries, which are an antioxidant and are anti-inflammatory. And then also a bunch of cacao nibs, which are high in antioxidants and also magnesium. Oh, and I threw on some black sesame seeds just because I had them and why not? So I'm gonna eat this and then the fast begins.
A few moments later.
Finished every last bite of my breakfast. It is 2:27 on Monday, the 23rd. I will start eating again at 2:27 on Thursday, the 26th. Math is hard. So I just did my dishes from breakfast and I'm honestly so happy that I won't have to do dishes for 3 days. Perks of fasting.
Water.
I'm gonna be my best friend for the next 3 days. I suppose I should lay down the ground rules for this fast so that we're all on the same page. There are many different ways to do prolonged fasts. Some people do it with coffee and tea. Some people will do bone broth. Some people will add in other stuff. I'm doing literally water, sprinkle of salt. We'll talk about the salt later. That is all I will be consuming for this fast. And this is because the main goal with my fast for me personally is to activate autophagy. And according to Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who is at the forefront of fasting research and discussion, if your body has to metabolize anything, even like little flecks of tea leaves from tea or caffeine from coffee or any of the stuff in supplements, like if your body has to break it down, digest it, metabolize it, etc., it is going to detract from the autophagy process. I don't want to put myself through this for 3 days and not maximize the benefits that I can get out of it. So this is literally all I will be consuming during my fast. Cheers. I'm about to do a little very light, like 25-minute yoga flow, and then probably go for like a 15-20 minute walk because I haven't moved at all today, and that is not good. I got a lot of questions from you guys on Instagram about whether or not I was going to work out during this fast, like how working out works during a prolonged fast. And initially when I was thinking about fasting, I was like, I wonder what would happen if I did try to lift while I fasted. Like generally it's not something I would recommend, but no harm in trying. But then I started thinking about it, and I haven't done a prolonged fast in quite a while. Last time I did it, I was on hormonal birth control, so hormones were not really a concern for me. But now I'm no longer on hormonal birth control, and I don't know how my body is going to respond to a prolonged fast. And fasting is a stressor on the body, and so I kind of decided that I just want to minimize all other potential stressors, which means no intense workouts at all. The only like working out I'm gonna do is gonna be like light yoga, stretching, walking, just to like keep my body moving because that's important for health. You don't want to be completely sedentary. I basically just want to be as gentle with myself as possible during this fast. It's okay to take a couple days off from the gym, and if the idea of taking a couple days off from the gym in order to fast sounds scary to you, then you probably shouldn't be fasting in the first place because chances are it's for the wrong reasons. Anywho, I'm gonna do some yoga, do a little walk, and I'll catch up with you later. So I am hungry. I was doing fine, and then my roommates all started cooking dinner, and I could hear it being cooked, and I could smell it being cooked, and then my body was like,
You want that too. Food is good.
I'd say it's about 50-50 mental hunger and physical hunger right now, because like my stomach hasn't growled at all. Like I can tell that it would like to eat, but I don't feel like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, you know? So like overall, not doing bad. My only regret is that I'm still working right now, and I'm working on stuff that's not super like mentally engaging, so I don't have a distraction. So my goal right now is just to get through my work as quickly as possible so I can start watching Ozark, which I just started watching, by the way. But if I can't have food, all I want is a nice warm shower and to lay in bed and binge watch Ozark.
The next day.
So I just passed the 24-hour mark. Honestly feeling pretty darn good. My energy's good. I really don't feel that hungry. Like I'm a little bit hungry. I can feel the sensation of my stomach being empty, and that's a little bit annoying, but I don't feel like hungry. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I need food. Like food sounds nice for sure, but honestly, if I think about what I'm craving right now, I'm weirdly craving bone broth or coconut water, which probably means I'm thirsty and should have a pinch of salt in my water to get some electrolytes in. So consuming a little bit of salt while you do a water fast can be really critical because sodium is critical for function of the body. It is an electrolyte, and your cells use electrolytes to conduct electrical charges, which are very critical in a lot of different functions, like the function of your muscles, like contracting your muscles, nerve function, brain function, like so many things. If you become deficient in electrolytes, basically you're screwed. And I'm just adding like the tiniest pinches, like a few flecks of salt. Yummy. Salt water, my favorite. So these are the salts that I have that I plan on using. This is the regular salt that I use just like when I'm cooking. But all of these salts are just very full of minerals. Your regular table salt is like bleached, completely devoid of any minerals, and usually full of some other additives that are not desirable. So table salt will not cut it. You want to be using a like real sea salt or Himalayan salt that is full of the minerals that it just naturally has. All right, I was doing great up until my roommate started cooking dinner and I started smelling it again. And my brain was like, it's dinner time. You should eat dinner. And now all my brain is saying is, oh, you should take a break from work and go eat dinner. That's not helpful. I'm trying to use work to distract myself. I am almost halfway there. I honestly don't even feel like hungry at this point. I just feel just not great, which is to be expected. Like, I don't feel bad. I just feel like something's missing, which it is. Calories are missing. Interestingly, I don't feel like I have any cravings. I haven't had any like sweets cravings or like baked goods cravings or anything like that, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. And I think a big part of that is probably because I'm doing this like for my health, and like I solidly understand that that is why I am doing this. And I guess that's kind of the mindset that is getting me through this, and probably why I'm mostly fine right now. I'm not doing this as like anything negative. I'm excited to get the health benefits from what I am doing. And so this is all just like a very positive thing for me overall. And so there's no part of me that feels the need to compensate for this, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping the fact that my pre-fast meal was super low carb means I will hopefully be able to get into ketosis a little bit quicker than if it had been high carb. Because once you're in ketosis, smooth sailing. So I am officially 48 hours into my fast, feeling pretty darn good, feeling better than I think I expected to feel. It did take me a while to get out of bed, but now that I'm out of bed, I feel like pretty normal. Like, I do feel like I could eat, but I don't feel hungry. I'm looking forward to breaking my fast because I miss food. I enjoy food. I like it and I want it. But I feel like at this point, both my physiological and psychological hunger have decreased, so maybe I am switching into ketosis. I don't know. Wish I bought keto test strips ahead of time so I could see when I was actually switching, but too late now. I definitely don't feel like I can like run a marathon or go do 10 pull-ups right now. Like, I'm definitely a little bit weakened by the lack of calories going into my body, but other than that, I'm doing good. So I've just come outside to do a quick little walk, nothing too crazy, just like 15-20 minutes casually walking around my neighborhood. Today I could tell my body was craving a little bit of movement, craving a little bit of sunshine. It's very nice to be outside. So related to activity, I got a question on Instagram about muscle loss while fasting. And interestingly, fasting is actually incredibly muscle sparing, especially once you get past day 2 and kind of start getting into ketosis, because once you're in ketosis, your body has as much energy as it needs from your stored body fat. So you're not actually in a severe calorie deficit because you're just burning your own fat for fuel, and it has as much as it needs. Basically, while doing a prolonged fast, muscle loss is a non-issue. I want to have an honest chat about fasting and your relationship with food and relationship with your body real quick, because I know I gave this disclaimer at the beginning, but it's so important to understand that if you do not have a good relationship with food and a good relationship with your body, it can be very, very dangerous to try to do a prolonged water fast. When I was getting dressed this morning, saw myself in the mirror, and my first thought was, wow, I'm looking good. Like, I'm looking lean, I'm looking snatched, we like this. And then the voices whispered in the back of my head, keep fasting so that you can keep looking like this. Wouldn't that be great? Thankfully, because I have a good relationship with my body, good relationship with food, an understanding of what fasting is actually doing to my body and why I'm not actually losing fat right now. The majority of the weight that I may have lost, I'm not weighing myself, but the majority of weight that I may have lost is all water weight. I'm going to regain it right away as soon as I start eating again. Because I have all of that, I was able to immediately shut that down and be like, haha, that's just a bad idea. Like, no, we're not going there. Because not gonna lie, I'm not gonna show you guys before and after pictures. The thumbnail that I'm using for this video it's just fake. It's just a lie, because I wanted people to watch this video. I'm not showing real before and after pictures from a fast. That would be incredibly dangerous. I don't want to promote fasting as some like miracle weight loss thing, because here's the thing, yes, I look significantly different than I did 2 days ago. And it would be really easy to look at my physique in the mirror and go, okay, I fasted 2 days, I now look like this, therefore fasting is the answer, therefore I must keep doing this, therefore food is bad. Like, it's so easy to just spiral when you see your body drastically change in 2 days. It's not fat loss, it's water weight loss, which is extremely temporary, and also not something you should ever aim for in order to look leaner. Like, our bodies are supposed to be like 60% water. You don't want to be trying to just get rid of all the water in your body because then you will die. Basically, this is just me saying again, if you are going to consider a prolonged fast, consider hard whether or not you are mentally ready for that and whether or not it may make you spiral into a worse relationship with your body or with food. Like, be real with yourself before you get into this. Okay, I guess you know you're hungry when you feed your cat and the food smells good and you want to eat it. So I am just trying to pass the time until I can go to sleep by getting work done, as one does in a normal day, but I'm trying to use it to distract myself. I'm actually really excited about what I'm working on. I've been fleshing out the outline for my new course that I am going to be launching right before summer on how to lose fat in a healthy, sustainable, holistic way. It'll be called Fat Loss 101. I'm really excited about it because it's definitely going to be the first course of its kind out there. Not only is it going to be extremely comprehensive, but also it's going to come with group coaching led by yours truly. So if you've been wanting to work with me to have me help you lose fat, this is going to be the best way to do that. Anywho, I could ramble about this forever. That's not what the point of the video is, but I'm really excited about it. But the thing that I did want to say for this video is that my cognitive power is not where I'd like it to be. I keep going on Facebook like every 20 seconds. I'll go work for 20 seconds and then be like, Facebook or Instagram, Zillow. I thought it was gonna be a lot more productive during this fast because I wouldn't have to think about food and I wouldn't have to cook, but the lack of food is also making it hard for me to focus and be productive. So you win some, you lose some. Also, my stomach finally growled tonight when my roommate was making dinner and I smelled it. It smelled very good and my stomach was like, ooh, food, and it growled at me. Just want to say real quick, definitely doing so much better tonight than I was last night. Like last night I definitely felt suboptimal. Now I feel better than suboptimal. I don't feel optimal. I don't feel like fantastic. Like I could go like squat super heavy, but like I'm feeling pretty good. So one of the most common questions that I got from you guys on Instagram when I asked if you had any questions about this was, are you not afraid it's going to ruin your hormones? What about your hormones? You've said fasting can be bad for your hormones. Are you scared about your hormones, etc.? I got a lot of those questions, which proud of you guys for asking. Because here's the thing, yes, I am worried about my hormones. I don't know how this is going to affect my hormones. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think my body was in a place to be able to handle it really well. Like, here's the thing, fasting is just a stressor on the body. When used appropriately and in the right circumstances, it is a positive stressor. It comes with positive benefits, just like exercise. Exercise is a stressor on the body. If you're doing way too much of it, it's also not gonna be good for your hormones or anything else. So I chose to do this at a time when I felt like I had very minimal other stressors. I feel like my body right now has very good resilience to stress. So yes, I absolutely took that into consideration. That said, this is absolutely not something I would recommend to anyone dealing with hormone imbalances. Like I always say, like even intermittent fasting, if you have any amount of hormone imbalance symptoms, I usually recommend backing off of that because your body's already stressed, like there's already a lot of stuff going on, so you want to remove as many stressors as possible. But for me right now, I feel like my body has been doing really well lately, so I felt like this was a good time to try fasting again if I was ever going to try it again. I am doing this at the time in my cycle when my body is also most resilient to stress, so like not doing this while on my period, that probably would not be a good idea. I am in my follicular phase, so I am between my period and ovulation, which, like I said, is when your body is going to be most resilient to these kinds of stressors. But if things don't go well, like if this negatively affects my hormones, if anything goes wrong whatsoever, then I probably won't try again for a very long time, if at all. If you have any sort of hormone imbalances and you are considering fasting, highly recommend working with a practitioner who knows what they're doing. Like, talk to someone first. With 2.5 hours left, I'm at that annoying part of the fast where now I feel fantastic. Like I feel like I could do this forever. I almost want to keep doing it forever. I'm not going to, but like I feel like I could. I feel great. Breakfast. It's time. Specifically, it is 3:40 p.m. on Thursday. January 26th, which means I accidentally did an extra hour and 10 minutes. I had a call, got swept up in work, had stuff that I had to get done, so I didn't break my fast yet. Now I have a nice warm cup of bone broth, which is honestly like the #1 thing that I've been craving throughout this fast, just like warm bone broth. It's a wee bit hot. It's a little hot. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy. Wow. So I put more thought into the question of how do I deal with hunger during a fast? And what I've realized is that one of the big, I guess, benefits that I like out of water fasting is learning to sit with discomfort. I like to think of myself as a relatively growth-minded person, and often growth requires discomfort. And so the practice of learning to sit with discomfort, whatever that may look like for you, can just translate to so many other aspects of your life. So when I felt hungry during this fast, for me it was more just like sitting with that feeling and letting it kind of like flow and trusting that my body, you know, is fine. Like, yes, it's saying you're hungry, eat something, but I'm gonna be fine if I don't. And so I guess appreciating the hunger in that way, if that makes sense, is helpful for me in getting through the fast. The way I see it is that fasting is a hormetic stressor on the body, very similar to like cold plunging or using a sauna or exercise. Like, it is a stress that when used in appropriate amounts is a very positive stress on the body. It causes the body to adapt and change its cellular response to be able to navigate that stress. So for me, fasting and the feeling being hungry while fasting is on par with the discomfort of sitting in a cold plunge, which I also don't enjoy the discomfort while I'm in it, you know? Like, freezing for 3 minutes is not fun, but a lot of people do it, and it's because it confers a lot of benefits after you do it regularly. I think it is really helpful in life to be able to face those kinds of discomforts, whether it be physical discomforts like exercise or heat stress or cold stress or fasting stress, or even like mental discomforts, like if you are a very conflict avoidant person, like learning how to speak up for yourself. Like, growth requires discomfort. I like pushing myself to grow. So therefore, the hunger that I feel while I'm fasting is not a battle. Like, it doesn't feel bad. So I broke my fast with bone broth because it's super rich in minerals, rich in collagen. It has glycine, which protects the stomach mucosal layer, which I'm hoping means that as I add more foods, it'll just make it easier for my body to digest. And now I am having the apple crisp green juice from Organifi just to get in some more nutrients, because that is my goal right now post-fast. All right, so far my stomach is feeling great. So next on the list is some coconut yogurt. At this point you might be wondering, Marissa, you just went 3 days without food. How are you not just gorging on a pizza or like a cheeseburger or something right now? And first of all, my answer is that if I were to do that, I would poop my pants. It's been 3 days since my stomach and gut have had to digest anything. So if you have a lot, it tends to just go right through you. And I'm just not interested in pooping my pants, you know? But the second thing is that the fast is really only the first half of the process. So while you're fasting, your body is breaking down the old damaged cells. And it's when you start to refeed that it starts to rebuild. So what you put in your body post-fast is basically what your body gets rebuilt with. So if I were to immediately go to like a bunch of processed foods, inflammatory oils, stuff like that, like that's what I'm telling my body to rebuild my cells with. I'm not interested in that. Like, I just fasted for my health. I'm not going to ruin the work that I just put in by eating a bunch of stuff that is going to undo all the work I just put in. Also don't want to poop my pants. That's literally the main reason. So since I have now broken my fast, I think I'm going to wrap the video up here, and I think in my next video I will break down the results that I got from the fast and how I'm approaching like nutrition and lifestyle, etc. post-fast. This video would just be way too long if I tried to do it all in one. But I will say for now that overall I am really glad that I did this. It felt really good to kind of dive back into the world, I guess, of like health optimization and quasi like biohacking kind of stuff, just because I'm a nerd for that and I love it. If you guys do have any questions about fasting, health benefits, like anything that I talked about, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I also have other videos about like 3-day water fast, how to approach it, like more kind of instructional videos if you do have more in-depth questions, if you are interested in doing this. So I'll leave a link to those down in the description box below as well, so feel free to check those out. But I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your gym buddies. If you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!